Okay, I'm going to jump to the browser. And you may know where I'm going with this. In a couple of previous videos, we talked about the theme developer module, and it adds this checkbox in the lower left-hand corner. And when we click the checkbox, we can then click on any part of the page to get a dialog box up here in the upper right-hand corner that tells us what theme function or template file is outputting this content. So I just clicked on the image, and it's being output through a function called themeImage. So if we wanted to override this function, we would simply need to find the original function definition, copy it, put it in our template.php file, change the name, and then change the output. Let's go ahead and do that just to work through the process step by step. I'm going to go ahead and close out this box here. Now, to find where the function is defined, you may need some ability to search through the folders on your Drupal site. There's a nice tool in my editor, I use Komodo, to search through a folder, but you can also use a command line tool called grep or various other tools. I'm going to jump to my editor, and then I'm going to right click on my folder and select Find. Now I'm going to search for function, theme image, and then a parenthesis. Now the rationale here behind this search is that I want to find the place where this is defined in particular, rather than places where this function name is being called. So I'm adding function at the beginning, and then I'm adding the parenthesis at the end in order to reduce the number of results, because there could be several theme function names that begin with theme_image but then continue. So this will narrow down the results. I'm going to go ahead and click Find, and it looks like we have a result here, function theme image. And I'm going to go ahead and click this to open up the file. It looks like this is in the theme.inc file, which is in the includes directory. And if we scroll down, we can learn a little bit more about this theme function. It looks like it's passed a single variable, variables, and you'll find this with all theme functions, that there's just a single variable being passed to it. It compiles some attributes, and then it loops through some various additional attributes and builds them into the attributes array. And then it returns this image tag with the attributes rendered out using the Drupal attributes function. So if we want to override this somehow, we can go ahead and copy the code. We may want to copy the comments as well. Next, make sure that your template.php file is open. I'm going to go ahead and jump to my directory where I have my sub-theme here. Now recall from previous examples that we're in sites, all themes, bat overrides. And I'm going to open up template.php. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to paste this function in there and save it. Okay, now our second step is to rename this function, and it's very simple. We're just going to replace theme right here with the name of our theme, so bat overrides. Okay. Now one possible use case for this particular override would be that we want to add captions to every image. So let's say we'll just go ahead and add a div tag below the image. I'm right over here, and I'm going to add a caption. I'm going to just type in a static caption for now, and we can replace that later if this proves to be useful to us with a dynamic caption that may be based on our title or something like that. Okay, this will at least let us know when our theme function is coming into play. Then I'm going to jump back to the browser, and we need to rebuild our theme registry in order to get our theme override to register. Okay, and now you see we have this is a caption underneath our image. And it looks like it's a link, and that's because through the process of rendering this image, a link was added around it. Okay, let's go ahead and look at another example. I'm going to go ahead and click the theme developer checkbox down here. And let's go ahead and click on this username right here. Okay, and we saw previously that this is rendered using theme username. So if we wanted to change this to add some particular styling to it, maybe add some markup or do some selective changing of the username based on certain conditions, we can do that by overriding the theme function. Okay, let me go ahead and copy this function name. I'm going to copy the first bracket too, so we can do a search for just the function name. I'm going to jump back to my editor, and I'm going to search in my Drupal folder for function, space, the name of the function, and the first parenthesis. And I'm going to click Find All. Okay, it looks like it's here in theme.inc, just like our other function was. Let's go ahead and open it. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is a pretty simple theme function. Let's take a look at the insides real quick. First, it checks to see if there's a link path, and it's doing this so that we know to generate a link from this variable set. If not, then we're just going to output a non-linked username, and it's going to use Drupal attributes again, just like the image did, in order to render out the attribute tags inside of the span here, and then it's going to return the output. So let's go ahead and copy this code and paste it in our template.php file. And then again, we just need to change the theme name. I'm going to change just theme to bat overrides. All right. And just to give us some sense of what we're working with here, let's go ahead and change the variable's name, which is the username here. And we're going to just add a little bit to it. So we're going to say added. So all I did here was did a dot equals in order to append the added to the name. And this way we can just see that our theme function is being pulled in. Go ahead and save template.php and jump back to your browser. Go ahead and close the theme developer overlay, and then clear your caches in order to rebuild the theme registry. All right, and when it's done, you can see down here that published by anonymous added. We see our bit of text being added here. Okay, so it works well.